Hey everybody, it's Liz from Kingdom Fleece and Fiberworks. We have a fiber mill in the Northeast Kingdom in Vermont, so way up next to Canada. It's freaking hot. It is 86, feels like 91, and I know I shouldn't be complaining because there's so many other people there that are dealing with the heat more than us, but we're not used to this. We're used to 20 below, not 90. So we'll see how long. I put my hair down because if I wear it up, it looks crazy. But it might end up going up by the end of this because I don't know how long I can take this. I have water instead of tea. Because it's just too hot. And this is round 2. I've tried this once. I did it outside because I figured on the porch we have like a, yes, the door is open. That way I don't have to keep asking them to go in and out, and I figured it's easier. So you'll see, oh, there's the other one. You'll see dogs coming in and out the whole entire time because this is summer and this is like Grand Central Station here, and they come and go as they please. So other than now, we have a million flies in the house, but that happens whether the door's closed or not. So it is what it is. And I know we need to get a screen, but oh well, we don't. So yeah. So that's about it. I don't know. We're a knitting pod. This is going to be a knitting, spinning, fiber mill podcast. So it has everything in here that you can think of, like that I do. And I'm just going to go over what I've been doing, what's been going on in the mill. And I'm trying to think of what others, like just anything else has been happening. So it's been like a long time. It's been like a month or more. We went on vacation. We were gone for a week. We went from Vermont, we went down to Assateague Island and got to see all the wild horses, which was so cool. So we did that first. We stopped there, saw the wild horses, spent the night at a hotel right nearby, and the kids loved it because we're landlocked, so we don't see the beach very often. The kids have only been to the beach like twice, so they absolutely, and now that they're older, they love the beach. I mean, I could see us going back down there just to hang out at the beaches, hang out with the wild horses. So that, and I think for both of them, that was like, out of all of the things we did, I think that was the best thing. And it didn't cost anything other than getting there. It literally, I think it was like a $5 donation to park at Assateague Island. You didn't have to pay to get in, other than the gift shop. It didn't cost anything. So yeah, so we did. So from there, we went to Williamsburg, and we went to Busch Gardens and Water Country, and the girls liked it, but I'm glad I did not spend money on Disney because they were good for that day, and they would not have done the rides for 5 days or something like crazy like that. They were pretty much done by the time we got to the second park, and they even didn't even want to spend like the whole day there. So it's good to know. I'm glad we went, but at the same time, I'm also glad now that I know we'll be able to do more things like we did and just go and hang out and have fun doing some outdoor stuff, or it's not like so chaotic. So that was good. And then we got to go to Colonial Williamsburg. We went and spent the day there, and that was super fun. Johnny and I loved that. I didn't realize how big it was and how much there was. We didn't get to go to Jamestown or any of those kind of things because we just didn't plan that much time. So we would love to go down on another day, and just, I'm trying to be good. I'm not even like, it's been a while, you can tell. Not looking at the camera, I don't think. But yeah, so we went to Colonial Oil, and that was really cool. And they liked it, but they only liked it for a few, they were by lunchtime and stuff like that. We had to keep pushing them to go through because we wanted to see the rest of it. But yeah, so we went and did that, and then we went from there to Pennsylvania and up to Gettysburg and did like an auto tour. And the girls like that because then they could get out and get in and listen, and kind of, we were more interested in them, but they still liked it. And then we came home. But it was a good vacation. It was the first real vacation. We got back. Emma didn't feel good, and she tested positive for COVID. So yeah, so she got that, and then of course I got it. None of us had it bad though. We weren't like super, like we didn't feel good for a few days, but other than that, it wasn't like terrible. It could have been a lot worse. So, and then Bethany, we were all in the car together, all rode together. Johnny and Bethany never got it. They never tested positive. They never got anything. So 50% of us got it, but yeah, that was over and done with. And then it actually wasn't bad timing because by the time we got that cleared up, we were in the clear and all ready to go. The yarn haul started, and so it's finishing up July 31st. This is the first year I did it, and it was super fun. I've had visitors visit almost every day that the shop's been, the mill shop, both things, been open. We've had visitors from all over, so that's been super fun. I didn't know what to expect, and since we've had store hours, somebody pretty much every day stops by the store, which is super cool. And then today somebody stopped by and interested in some spinning lessons, which I'm gonna probably start doing. I have to kind of, she says she'd be willing to be my guinea pig, so I'm excited about that because I'm a little nervous for teaching because I'm not so good at I'm very good at, like, I can do things, but explaining things so people understand it, that's harder for me. So putting the actions into words and breaking things down, I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, so that is it. And I'm trying to think. So yeah, the yarn haul's going on. I'm trying to think of what else has been happening. But knitting. Let's get into the knitting. Let's start with that. And that's actually starting with crochet because I have been working on this a little bit. This is my blanket, and I was working on it. Let's see here. Before it got sweltering hot. Now I have not touched it. I can't even find the ends here. Okay, here we go. This is this thing that's going to be huge, and I'll probably don't know when it'll ever be done. But I have worked on it, so this is not something I did on when I went on vacation because it's, oh, come on, the hand's not working. Come on. It's getting there. I can actually put it on my lap now, but I think I was probably into these darker rows, I think. I can't remember. So I've done a few rows, and it does, like, if I did, like, I don't know, a row a night, that would actually be, like, that would grow a lot pretty fast. So, and I don't, this is just granny straight blanket. I'm using worsted weight, so it's nothing fancy, and it's for Bethany, so it's all acrylic, so that way she can wash it, because I wanted it for her senior, like her, she's a senior this year, so it's going to be something that goes to school with her or wherever she ends up. So I want, oh my God, what is up with my hair? It's psychotic. But yeah, so yeah, so I'm just changing colors. I just keep buying different colors every time we go to the store. They're the cheap, like worsted weight acrylic Lion brand. I think this is one of them. And I don't think it's actually worsted weight. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And I was kind of nervous, but the edges are straight. They're not, even though not all of them. Some of them has fuzzy yarn because she likes all those crazy yarns. I'm looking for an edge to show you. And these are all different, all different with, I wouldn't go fingering weight, but overall, it's pretty straight. So other than all the dog hair that's stuck to it. But yeah, it's pretty straight. So I'm just, whatever, it's a blanket. So I've been working on that. I put a few rows on that. So I got that done. I do have, I have a finished objects. Oh, two. I have two. But one of them Bethany is wearing today. She left with it on her body. I finished the framework bralette by Jessie Made Designs, and I had started it last year, and I got some of the ribbing done. Once I got like an inch or so done, I wanted her to try it on and make sure it was tight enough around her rib cage so it was gonna like actually have some kind of structure to it. And of course, she was always going somewhere or doing something and had a reason why she didn't want to try it on. So I finally gave up and I put it away and put it in my unfinished objects pile. And then she asked me the other, like when it was like while we were like headed for vacation, and she's like, hey, did you ever finish that? I'm like, no, you have to try it on. So she tried it on, it fit. So I took it with us on vacation, and it was actually super easy. It was, once I got into the rhythm of it, it was not hard at all. So I knitted it like according to the directions, and I can't even remember how high. And so I got that on, and I finished it like minus the straps because I needed to kind of get an idea. She needed to try it on again, and I finished that. And then she tried it on, and she's like, no, Mom, I want it way longer. So it's like, if you're, coming down, like lower down your body, not more just like a bra. She wants it more, almost like a tank top. She's like, so she wanted it way longer. So I'm like, oh, so I had to take out each, like, there's like, it's like 4 sections, like each quarter cup, like, and then the front and the back are all the same. And so they're all knitted this individually. So I had to take them all out, everything out, and then make it longer. Did that. Then she finally liked that. And then I got the strap. I just yesterday put the straps together, and she won't take it off now. And she put it on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, it's either, I think it's on the regular feed, and then she had it on her story too. She tagged me in there. So, oh my God, I am sweating. But it's done, and I will put a picture in here somehow. I'll figure it out. So yeah, so I got that done. So that's done, and then I finished yesterday. I finished a washcloth, which I haven't woven the starting end, and I will put in the description, like down right here, the pattern, because it's a new one to me, and it's kind of similar to that, but it has slip stitches. So it looks like a regular garter stitch on one side, and then of course it's on this side. Then it has like, let's see if it works, slip stitches in there. So I was hoping it was going to be a little more had some more texture to it, and I liked it, but I could not, like, when I was like, because it's down on the bias, so when I was going out and increasing, no problem. I had no problems remembering things. But decreasing, for some reason, I could not remember the pattern to save my life. So I had to rip it out like 3 times because I kept messing it up, but whatever. It's a washcloth, so I'm sure there's mistakes, but it's a square. It'll wash, it'll clean the dishes. And actually, Bethany, she actually asked, she said, I want more of those because I want them for my face and stuff. So I don't know. Now I have to do some more. Now this hand is killing me though from just doing this one, but I think it was because I didn't stop. I just kept, that was the only thing I was working on because it was easy, mindless, and it's hot out. So I kept working on that, and now my hand is killing. So yeah, so I did that, and I have to put my hair up because I'm sweating. And that is the next thing. Hang on 1 second. And you'll get to see this whole process of putting my hair up one-handed. You have I have 2 elastics together, and that's my handle for me to get all of this crazy hair up. If I can do this, we shall see. No, I can't see it. I'm usually, there we go. Okay, hopefully I didn't miss too much. Okay, now, okay, now I can have a little coolness, but yeah, way too hot to have my hair down. Now it's just gonna be craziness, but whatever. Real life, right? Next thing I've been working on, and I'm super excited about, and this is the thing that I've decided that I can't knit on a ton of things like all the time because then nothing ever gets done. So I'm like trying to concentrate, like have more than one project going, but concentrating on one main one. So this one's going to be, this is the Ophelia hat that I was working on, and I was just doing the ribbing, and it's out of my hand spun, so I'm super excited about that. Let's see here. Okay. This is, and the base is antique Pullworth, which is getting super, which I don't know, I'm not too worried about it, but it's getting kind of fuzzy. Can you see the halo? Being in the bag, but it's softened up, so I'm not worried about it. And there's that one, and then some fin that I have, and it's, yeah, Ophelia hat. And I don't, if I remember right, the last time I did this, it didn't have a designer name on like the pattern, so I will put it down here and link it there, because I can't remember if I paid for it or not, so I don't want to show too much of it. But I started the color work, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but it's showing up, so I really do. I think it's going to be nice. And I'll see if I can put in the pattern in a picture in here, then I'll do that, so you'll be able to see it. We'll see how good this comes out. My editing skills are not very good, and I'd rather be doing things than sitting at the computer. It is what it is. So there's that, and the next thing is, this one is fun, and this is another one that I'm going to have to put a picture in because, well, I have a picture of the pattern, but the colors that I'm working with. So I started the Chevy hat by Andrea Mowry, and you can't see it because I don't have, I have a color printer, but it's not working very well. It's not trustable, so I just printed it off, but it's just a chevron-y hat, and it's super cute. I already changed the pattern a little, well, just the ribbing, because I wasn't paying attention and I was in a meeting, and I just knew that you had to cast on so many stitches, and then so I just started doing 1x1 ribbing, and I think it was a 2x2 ribbing, so that's fine. It'll be a little stretchier, but that's okay. So that's that, and I think it calls for a worsted weight, but I wanted to switch things up a little bit. So it is a DK weight. I'm using a DK weight yarn, and held with a fingering weight. So I have the 2 strands held together, and the fingering weight is from the Yarn Haul mini set. So if you're interested, there's a mini set on the website, and I have plenty left. And it comes with, hang on one second, I gotta reach it. And the hair is everywhere. So I'm going to be holding this, and then when the gray runs out, it's going to be this one, and then I'm going to go from dark to light, so then it'll be these 2 and this one. So there's 5 colors, and then the teal, and I don't have enough hands to hold all this stuff together, so yeah. So I'm going to be holding this, and it's going to be a chevron, and the chevrons have, I think they're like it looks like a yarn, I didn't read the direction, but it looks like a yarn over or something in there. So I'm going to like start slowly transitioning the colors. So I think it'll like slowly go into like the next color, and the gray will be like the continuous color. The gray is a DK, and that is my Greensboro DK base. This is just a solid, and then the minis kind of have some speckles in them, and they're such tiny speckles. You can't really see until you start scanning them up. Like this one you might be able to see some in there. But there's not a ton of speckle, just a little bit. But it goes with the gray really well. So I think, and then I also have some other Greensboro DK that would work good with the minis too. So I'm going to try it and see. I'm almost to the part that I'm pretty much done with the ribbing, and I just haven't had a chance to switch over to the next color. I have to figure out how I want to do that. So that is the next thing that I've been working on. And then the next one, shoot, I forgot something. I'm going to have to pause you. The next thing is just John's sweater. I forgot of something else to bring down, but his is the boring old black sweater that I've been working on. But I did work on it a little bit on vacation, just like another inch or so, but it's growing. So we'll get there. It's got to be done by November. Maybe we have till should I say his birthday? His birthday's in February, but that would be mean because that's not during hunting. Well, he can have it for rabbit hunting, not deer hunting. Oh, it's okay. But yeah, so I have to start working on that. I don't know. I have too many fun things other than around and around boring green stuff. Man, I like green, but I don't know. Okay, so the next thing, and that's it for knitting. I haven't been doing too much. I mean, I feel like every either night or something. Summer is so busy. I don't know if it is like the rest of us. I don't remember it being this busy when we were kids. I remember like just having fun, and I don't know, my parents probably thought we were something different, but I remember being way more kind of just a free-for-all and hanging out and doing nothing. But I probably it's probably on my end, not on my parents' end. They probably didn't disagree. So first thing we have is so I don't know if everybody knows, but we're working together with Bat and Kill. So I have all the carding equipment, and I don't have spinning equipment. So we're kind of partnering up with MJ over at Bat and Kill, which is super fun. She is such a sweetheart. And so we've been working together, and I've been doing some carding. Well, I'm doing my own carding, but then I did some of hers, and then we've been swapping, and she's doing some of my yarn and getting yarn done. So we've been kind of, you know, working independent, like on our own, but together. So that's really cool, and it's super fun. So I just got back my first yarn from the mill, all locally made, right here in next, you know, a few towns over. So it's 100% registered Dorset. It's a 2-ply DK, and yeah, I'm super excited. It's so nice. I was thinking I wanted to use it what it would be good for. You know, it's not merino. It's definitely a medium wool, but it's definitely going to be good for something. So we made up a 2-ply DK weight. It's going to be perfect for some thicker socks. It depends on how sensitive you are. It's definitely a woolly wool. You know, it's not a you know, super soft. It's not super wash. It's 100% wool. But you could totally, like, this is not going to bother me as a sweater yarn. You know, I would totally be fine with it as sweater yarn. So far, these are the 2 colors that I've done. And I love both of them, and I'm having a hard time. There's only reason why I don't have another green one is because I've already skeined it up. I'm going to try some socks with it because I think it's going to be super nice. Super nice winter socks, because here fingering weight socks don't make sense in Vermont. We are not, like, if it's cold enough to wear wool socks, we're wearing thick wool socks and not fingering weight socks. Plus, I wear them out in like a week. They have holes in them, and that's why I think I've just never bothered really liking knitting socks, because it just was not worth it. So yeah, so I got those ones. So if you're interested, I only did these 2 colors right now. So I have these 2 colors. I think I only did 8 skeins because this is I was trying it out, testing it, see how well it goes. I think I have 30 some odd skeins that I got done, and then I'm going to do a whole bunch more now that I know how nice it's coming out. So don't worry about it. We'll have a whole bunch of I'm actually going to go pick up the whole flock's worth of fibers. So we'll have lots and lots of Dorset yarn to coming this way. So if you like woolly wool, I think this DK weight is going to be perfect for it. So we have that. Those are 2 colors. So I will put it on the website, and we'll have those, you know, well, there'll be 7 skeins because I have one that I'm starting to knit. And I think if we run out, I think there can be a place that you can like request more. So if you put in a request, I will definitely make more of this colorway because I wrote it down. I know what I'm doing. You know, like I know how to make it again. I just, because it's so limited, I wanted to make sure everybody liked these colors before I make more of them. And then once I get a bigger batch back, I just dropped off a huge batch of some softer, finer wool stuff, and I can't wait. That's going to be be there 2 or 3 ply of worsted weight, and it's going to be for sweaters, and I can't wait to over dye that. That'll be back in the fall. She's super busy, so hopefully that'll be here for September, October time frame. And then the other, and these just happen to be, I can't remember. So we have, I think I did it on the podcast. I don't think I put it on here. I can't remember. No, I don't think I did because it was before you went away. It was recently. So if you're not on Instagram, I dyed up these colors first on Polworth Roving, and then everybody liked it so much I did it in yarn. And so this is Bethany named it. She named it Francine. Don't ask. And so these are those, and I have a bunch of this, and this is already in the shop. So if you're interested in this is just our tender toes. So it's an 80/20 superwash merino. So this is a machine washable fingering weight yarn. So I got this one done, and then I can't remember if this was done before or after I left, and this one doesn't have a name yet, but this is going to be in the shop too. If make sure these are in the shop. So I have these are on the rugged sock base, which is, hang on a second, yeah, this is the 90% superwash merino and 10% nylon. So this is a much harder wearing sock. It's a fingering weight, but is not merino. So you're definitely gonna a harder wearing sock. So if you're rough, tough, like hard on your feet or on your socks, then this is the way to go. So these are definitely, and you're a sock knitter. So I'll have I think, I don't know, at least 4. So, and that in the shop too. And then I will go get you my acquisitions, and I'll show you the Polworth roving, because I have 2 colors of that, the Francine and then this one is what Bethany named them. I gave her a job to weigh them all up, and she named them. Maximus is this one, and I really think this, it's so squishy, would spin up really fun. So yeah, so that is, I have some of these in the shop now. That is one, and other one is the same one as Francine, but in Polworth version. And this is comb top, that's been pin drafted. Look at those colors. Like, I don't know. I think this would be so pretty. And so yeah, so it's been pin drafted, so it's comb top like you buy in the braids, but all stretched out. So it looks like this, and you can just break it up and start spinning. Yeah, you could totally start spinning like right there, because it's so pretty. So yeah, so you can either split it or you don't have to. But yeah, super fun. I love pin drafted comb top, but I have to say I'm partial to carded roving. I know everybody spins comb top, but I really don't understand why not carded roving, because it's just so much more airy. So if you haven't tried carded roving, just try it, because, or try knitting. Oh, sorry, I just totally banged the tripod. Yes, the when you're, after it's plied, it's like a smoother yarn, it's round and that kind of stuff, but it's hard to not get it, or to me anyway, it's hard for me not to get it a really dense yarn. And so yeah, it'd be great for socks and those kind of things, but for sweaters and stuff, that carded roving is so much better, I think. I don't mind a little bit of halo and that kind of stuff, so that part doesn't bother me. So that's that. So the next thing I got, acquisitions, and it's not something that I really bought. It was more, my hair is like gonna start growing the more, because it's so humid. You should see what it looks like at the end of the day. If you're on Instagram, I'll send you a picture. And I look crazy, like a crazy person. I look like Bozo the Clown. Yeah, my mom passed away a few years back. She used to, she got a whole bunch of wool fabric. My aunt and my gram was a weaver, and my aunt used to do braided rugs and teach classes and stuff like that. This was before my time. I remember like messing around at my grandmother's looms and stuff, but never you know, I was little and I did not know what they were doing. But yeah, apparently, so I guess it was born into me. But yeah, she was a weaver, and my aunt used to do all braided rugs and stuff like that. So my mom was a crafty one. She got into it and started doing some braiding, not nowhere near like what my aunt did. Her whole entire house, every room had a beautiful braided rug in it. My mom did some table like runners, like hallway runners and those kind of things. But yeah, so my dad found a whole like bolts that she had gotten in hopes, or you know, thinking that she was going to do some rug or something. I don't know what she was doing with them, but and this is probably like from the 70s is my guess. Like that's how old this is. But no moths which I have no idea how, but no moths had touched it. It was in perfect condition. There was nothing wrong with it other than it was some 70s colors. But yeah, there was bolts of it, and some of it was fine. So I kind of held on to it for like probably a year, and I did not know what to do with it. And then finally I said, I want to get this out of the mill and do something with it before something does happen to it. So I ended up talking to Cottontail Farm. They're down in Virginia. I think they're Cottontail Farm VA, I think on Instagram I'll put it down here. But yeah, so I'll link their Etsy store there, but she makes beautiful bags. So I asked her, and I told her that I have all of this fabric, and if there's any way, like I'm never going to use all of the fabric. So if there's any way you could like make some bags for me to remember my mom buying something special, and then she can have the rest and she can do whatever she wants with the rest of it. So she like nailed it. They're beautiful. Like I don't even know, like they're just beautiful bags. So I don't know even know explain. Be awesome. So here's one of them. This is my favorite, I think. But like this is crazy. Like this is just like I didn't ask her to do all this stuff. And the detail, like the leather handles, the straps, she put in straps on there to match them. The leather base, like these are gonna be like bags that like last forever. And she gave me 3 of these. Here's one. Here's number 2. Like, isn't that amazing? Like, they're beautiful. They all snap shut. Pockets inside. I don't know. I don't even know. They're just so pretty. Here's another one. Oh, here's the blue one. And here's the blue one. I don't know. They're so pretty. So she did that. And that's not all either. I don't even know how many bags to do. It was a lot. So I gave the girls each 2 smaller bags. And here's another example. And they're all like box bottoms. They're all drawstring. Yeah, aren't they handles? I don't know. They're just so pretty. Here's one. Here's another one. Here's another one. And then she got 2 more, and there's probably more. I got this one I'm already using. This is the one I have my hat in. I don't know. They're just beautiful. And yeah, John actually asked, he's, what are you going to do with all those bags? I'm like, keep them. Yeah, he's crazy. Thinks silly man. I said I can fill them up. So I'm thinking the bigger bags, I think were like 1 for each girl. And I haven't given, I'm a bad mom. I haven't given them the bigger bags with the leather bottoms and stuff. I just don't want them to ruin them or lose them, or I'll be so sad if they are. But I don't know. The other thing I was thinking was like waiting until Christmas time and give them each one for Christmas. So that was my other thought, because yeah, I'm having a hard time parting with them, and I don't really need all 3 of them filled with projects, but hey, I don't know. We'll see. If they want to use one, then they can use one, and then I'll go from there. But yeah, so I have to say thank you and give a good shout out to Cottontail Farm, because she just did an amazing job. So we'll see. But I think that's it. I think I remembered everything. Yarn Haul finishes the 31st. So if you're in the area, stop by. You can check out the mill if you want. We have a little tiny shop in the basement. And then what else? Oh, this should go out already by the time I get this edited to you. But I am going to be releasing the advent kit for the spinning advent kit, which will be the 3rd year I've done this. Will be coming out. The pre-orders will be coming out probably the 2nd week of August, and I'll get the pre-orders done. They are going to be, I can't wait to see what they look like. I think so last year I tried to do something a little different and offer more little trinkets and little things to go with it and stuff like that. But I don't think it was really, I don't know. They're expensive, and I had to bring my price up and stuff like that. And I just, with the economy the way it is, and I don't know what's going to be happening. So I think I'm going to try and keep it as reasonably as priced. I'll probably put like one thing in there or do something fun, but not as much as I did last year. It's going to be more basic, and there's a fly in the house. So yeah, so I'm going to try and keep it as simple but as reasonably priced for everybody. But the theme is going to be the rainforest. So if you can think of all the rainforesty things, I will put preview pictures on Instagram, Facebook, all the places. So you can kind of get my inspiration photos and kind of get an idea of where I'm getting the colors from. And that way you can kind of get an idea of what you're going to get. The fiber, I can tell you, is super nice. It's a Finn Corriedale crossbreed, but it's got huge, like the staple length is like, it's like 6 inches. I don't know, it's like maximum staple length that the carder can get. And I am making it so super special, so I added 10% silk in, so you're going to get so much sheen to it. And I test spun some of it, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be spinning one of them. That's all I have to say, because man, it's going to spin up really nice. I cannot wait. I'm trying to think of what else. But yeah, I can't wait to get the Advent stuff going, because it's always fun. It's so much work. I'm not going to lie. It's a ton of work and a ton of craziness. Last year was even crazier because we only sent out half of the kit by accident. So you get, each box has, each week has 4 ounces. So you get week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And then each of them have 4 ounces of fiber in them. So you get two 2-ounce colors. So you get 2 different, so let's see here. 4 times, yeah, so you'll get 8 different colors. And each color has 2 ounces. So I think that's I know, my brain, this is math and brain. And yeah, so week 1, you'll have 2 different colors, and they'll each be 2 ounces. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, not good at explaining things. I can picture it in my head. Getting the words out is a whole nother story. But yeah, so that's how it'll work. So you'll get 4 weeks, and each week you'll get 4 ounces of fiber, and they'll each be 2 different colors. I'm not going to, I'm not going to, I would love to, but I never seem to have time. I'm going to put out some ideas of patterns that would go really well together, but this is more for the spinning end of things. And I feel like that right there is like a job in itself, where like I can see the knitting advent kits need a pattern, but I'd say to do all the spinning, and if you can get all the spinning done during Advent, you're like a rock star, because that's a hard thing to do during Christmas. And if you can get that done, and then I'm gonna try and put some like ideas of like some fun spinning ideas, like our knitting projects that would go really well with it, as different ideas and stuff like that. But I don't think, like I said, I'm trying to keep costs down. So to hire somebody to come out with a pattern and do all the things and all the the pricing and stuff like that, that gets really expensive. So unless you know somebody that wants to create a pattern in time, but that's kind of short notice. You kind of needed to start that like for next year's pattern. But yeah, there's so many patterns out there, and so many things to do. You could, and they're gonna all coordinate. So even if you wanted to, like, you could even make a sweat, with enough of them. If I can, like with all that hand spun, if you did it a certain way, a pound, you could make almost a whole sweater, and or have like, if you had spun for like Tour de Fleece, a plain solid, all these advent kits would be perfect for like to work together with something. So yeah, you could do something like that. So many options. So yeah, so I'm gonna stop. I'm rambling. Keep an eye out for the Advent kit. I will be sending out a newsletter. If you aren't subscribed to the newsletter, go and subscribe. I think the first time you subscribe, you get a discount code so you can do some shopping. And keep an eye out. I'm trying to be good about newsletters and saying like just something quick so you know what's going on in the mill and kind of any of the updates. So I will talk to you soon. Make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm never good at remembering to say that too. And I think I covered all the things. So I will talk to you soon. And hopefully now that I'm back on track, I will see you in a few weeks.